everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tori. If you're new here, I have the kids with me. We are doing an experiment that I have been told over the years cannot be done, but I just don't believe it. I've seen it done. I think it depends what you get, but we are going to take some things that we bought at the store and we are going to plant them and we're going to see if they actually grow, because I'm very interested in this. I don't know if any of you are, but if you are, please come along for the journey. Of course, we're not going to have the finished product today, but I did want to get it in the ground and kind of show you what we're working with, and we'll see if this works. You never know. So we're actually fighting a storm here, but I'm going to have the kids pick some of this out of here. We are going to leave these as well as the random sunflowers, but we are going to just weed this spot in the yard here that just has a bunch of weeds growing in it. And what we're going to do here, watch mommy, remember, if we're going to do it like that, we're going to pull and turn so we get all those roots out, okay? Yeah. And then the kids are gonna give all these to the chickens. They are okay to eat them. But what we're gonna do is just kind of ruffle up some of the soil, plant these beans and such, and see what we can do. So let me show you what we're planting. My handy dandy Vanna White over here is helping out. And we have some chickpeas. We have great northern beans, we have red lentils, we have the ever so popular quinoa. It has been said that it can't be planted if it's not organic, and I just want to see what happens. I know a lot of people say this is a blend, and you know, you never know where it's from. I think most of ours is from South Africa, but I could be wrong. But I want to just try it, see what happens. Why not, right? So I'm going to probably do rows of 20, and then we'll go from there. We'll put a little trellis in between each one. We are going to do the Florida weave method, and I don't know, see how it goes. I'm really excited. Are you excited? Yeah. Thanks so much. All right, let's get this ground weeded. Yeah. All right, the storm is coming faster, but here is our bean plot. I'd say, I don't know, it's probably, 4 by 6 or so, but I have it just marked out with these random sunflower in the middle, but you know I like them, so I'm not going to pool it. But yeah, we're going to get going on the rows. I am just really not worried about any of those weeds. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to wet the soil first, and then we will plant our first row. This crowbar so I can do my lines, but it works the best in my opinion. I want enough room that I can put a trellis between them. Obviously enough room for that sunflower. So we got 4 across here. Then we'll do 2 right here. And then 1 on the end, because I want to connect this trellis to the large plot there. And call it good. First up, great northern beans. They are too occupied with water to help me. Next up is green split peas. Next up, chickpeas.
Okay. Can I try to help?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Here you go.
How can I do?
You put them right next to each other in the rows.
Rows?
Here, take them all.
Oh. Ah.
There we go. Put them in the rows. Look how Mommy has them.
I want some.
You
Guys.
can put those 3 next to brothers.
Here?
Yep.
Okay.
All next to brothers.
Yeah, I did it, Mom.
All right, we're doing quinoa, and we're just dumping it like this. We'll see what happens.
Mom, look. I can see them.
They look small like amaranth, so we'll see. And then next to the quinoa, we're doing the red lentils, and I'm just gonna put some in my hand like I did the green.
Yeah, I like trying that.
And now I'm putting down pintos.
Can I have them?
Okay, I have my Great Northerns, my green split peas, I have my quinoa right here, some red lentils, pintos, and chickpeas, and we will see how it goes. I have my other beans just like this, actually, that I got from the store, from the farm stand last year, and those are in just little pots over here, but I wanted to see if this method works because we would save a ton of money. So let's see. I'm going to cover this up and water it and go from there. All right, before the storm comes in, let's do an updated garden tour. That looks gnarly, but it's just the way my camera is focusing right now. Really behind me is a bigger one coming. Tornado warning again, but we haven't seen one that close. But anyways, let's do a quick garden tour. I feel like I have a bunch of germination happening. They're making a sidewalk out there, so if you hear any noise, I'm sorry, but getting started on this bed. So as you can see, we do have our squash and pumpkin coming up, and then we have some begonias over there and some marigolds to guard from the bugs. We have celery, spinach, kale, we have bell pepper, and then we have cucumbers coming in as well as tomato. And then right here we have some of that crimson nasturtium. So beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's going to look really nice. And then on the end there, I just have some rosemary that we pick from like every day because we love rosemary. And then random sunflowers happening as well as some lavender. We have a sweet potato here, 2 broccolis, more cucumber, more spinach, more squash, and then celery in the middle there. Celery, as well as some more tomatoes, of course, and onions. And then over here is our canning tomatoes. So I kept them separate from our eating tomatoes. Of course, we'll probably do both, but I wanted this bed specifically for canning. So we have basil in there. We have sweet potato, marigolds trying to protect here. I just wanted to see what would happen with these strawberries. So they're in there as well. I have some nasturtium. And then on the end there, I have some more sweet potatoes. I'm excited about these potatoes. They're looking good, not ready to harvest yet. Obviously, they need to die off. And then we have some sunflowers back there. Irises are dead for the season. And then right here is our rose, and our crimson rose is a little late this year. I'm assuming it has something to do with the rain, but it's still looking good. And it should be here, I feel like, within the month. I don't see how it could take longer than that. But over here, I'm gonna walk you on over. We have some basil happening as well as sage and chives. We have sunflowers randomly. That will be a fun one. And then over here we have our carrots that I am choosing not to thin. We have red lettuce. We have some kale coming up there as well as some romaine lettuce. And then here's our second set of potatoes. Over here we have our Three Sisters method, and we have our peas all over the place because the squirrels dug them up, and I don't know what happened, but they're not going to be able to trellis up the corn. Some of them will, but the others will not be able to. A random glove in there. So I'm going to make them tiny little trellises to go up. We'll see what happens with that, but that's what happens with these squirrels. So we have Lakota squash in there, sweet meat, we have the big boy pumpkins, and we have a Big Max pumpkin in there as well. We have our yarrow with a piece of random collard green plastic, but the yarrow is super pretty. And then over here we have some chamomile coming in and a chicken. Hey girls. But the chamomile always comes back. I love having it. It just always is surprising and grows well. Love it in tea. That's an easy one. If you've never gardened, try some chamomile. Over here we have random tomato plants coming in because Dolly's favorite food was tomato if you were here in the winter, and this is where they used to eat, so that is why all of the tomatoes randomly sprouted there, especially if you have heirloom varieties. They just kind of hang out there. We have sunflowers, more sunflowers, and then another sunflower. We have like just random barley grass and things like that just because of the chicken feed. And then I'm letting these go so Wilder can see the flowers. He really wants to see them. And that's about it. I mean, back here, I think are you going to water the potatoes? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Good job. Good job. And then back here, we have echinacea purple coneflower. We have some snapdragons coming in, as well as some more sunflowers. And then this guy still needs to be planted. And then, hello. And then there are mushrooms. And then back in here, I'll probably just do some lettuces back in here. And then, you know, our random tree that we chopped down that is just coming back strong. So I think that's all the space I'm using back here. I'm not sure yet. Took a break for a kombucha with a tequila shot because it's really good, and I feel like once a week it's okay to do. But holy cow, this one's a pretty one. Can't wait to watch the storm. But we will see. If you have any suggestions on space back here, let me know. Again, we're not even on an acre. Our house is situated just in the center of the property, and I would say it's not like the most ideal place for a yard, but it's just, I don't know, it's a little tricky. So you can kind of see our layout here. It's a mess, but I mean, that's us. We're not very organized when it comes to things. We just stick it in the ground and see what happens. But wow, okay, look, I'm contributing to this mess. All right, so let me know what you're growing. Let me know what zone you're in. I'm always nosy and curious about all that stuff, just because it's really hard for me to talk to all of you every single day and then not be able to see you or converse with you face to face. And that's, you know, the magic of the internet. But it's always been like just really tricky for me because I'm always trying to make connections and you know, a sense of community is important to me, but when you're not in front of me, it's really hard. So I'd love to know more about all of you and your gardening. Maybe you don't garden. Maybe you just want to, I don't know, chat about your day, which is totally fine too. So I'm going to end it. We will see what happens with those beans. I know it was a little bit on the shorter side video, but I feel like that's all we needed to talk about when it came to the garden. So I'm going to catch you on the next one. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative, and I'll see you later. Bye.